guys, welcome back to Spark Talk. This is Chris and Jersey Man Savage coming to you live from Ustream. And of course, if you are watching later on, it will be on Facebook and YouTube. I just wanted to hop on again and, of course, once again, apologize for not being able to be on as much as I normally would like to. I know I missed last Saturday. And even today, I am actually doing some finalization on the contract of the house that my wife and I will be getting. Yes, for all you that have been following me on the house situation, we are under contract for a 4-bedroom home, here in New Jersey. So that's very exciting. I'm glad that we're able to get to the point to where we're going to be wrapping this up soon. Anyone who's, been in the process of buying a home, it's not always, the easiest thing in the world. It's exciting, it's fun, but it can also be stressful. Thank God this one was not. This one was actually quite a blessing. So everything went very smoothly. My wife and I both are very happy with the house. We have a decent amount of property. We have a very nice house that'll very easily suit all 5 of us in one home. So it's going to be a big change. Our closing date is May 26th. So especially around the end of May, it's going to be very, very busy with me, with my life, moving my family, getting stuff in there, and so on and so forth. So especially, I know I haven't been on much lately, dealing with, looking at houses and doing what we have to do, and on top of work and, the family and stuff. It's been real crazy for me. So those of you that are hanging in there with me, I just want to thank you. I definitely appreciate it. Please continue to do so because, I don't want to lose my viewers, but at the same time, I have to take care of what I have to take care of, too. We all know that story. We all have a life. So, but again, I definitely appreciate the people that are sticking in there with me and, seeing all this through. It means a lot. But yeah, I also wanted to bring up, I know I posted on Facebook. I know not everyone that watches this has Facebook. Some of you follow me on YouTube or so on and so forth, and for that I thank you as well. But I decided that since I had been having an issue finding a reliable co-host, and I don't get a lot of phone calls, which is fine, because like I said, I do talk to a lot of podcasters that are out there, and they've been doing it for years, and they don't get a lot of phone calls, so I really cannot complain too much, so basically what I'm going to start doing is, I think for the show here, and because I'm not getting a lot of direction from the viewers either, I keep asking and very little comes out of it. So this is what I'm going to do. From that one for the show, especially with the election coming up, I think I'm going to start following it a little bit more closely to a lot of the, the presidential elects that are running, for president, because one of the things that I've really come to notice is, I talk to a lot of people about politics at times, and a lot of them, to be honest with you, don't pay attention. They think they pay attention, they think they know what they're talking about, and I just sort of look at them like they have 5 heads. I'm not going to sit here and try to talk myself up. Do I know everything? Absolutely not. But I am a conservative. I do pay attention to all sides. I do watch the debates. I do watch what they do, when they're out and about and this and that. But I also pay a lot of attention to, what is her name? I've been posting some of her links on Facebook. I think it's Judge Joanne, or Gian, or I cannot remember her name. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. But she, she's a judge. She knows all the legals in and outs, and she's really been coming down on, like, President Obama, Hillary, and everything for what they've been doing. And I've been following that, and she is a big Trump supporter. And her deal is basically what everyone else's is. She's just sick and tired of the political games and just wants to see an average American get in there. Is Trump rough around the edges? Absolutely. But you know what? After all this political correctness and all these groomed politicians, I think that's exactly what we need in there. Everybody's worried because of his attitude and stuff, but we need a leader, especially in this day and age, that actually has a backbone. And like I've said in the past, Trump, he gets 30 seconds on those stages to give you a rundown as to what he's trying to accomplish when he becomes president. And the media just blows it all out of proportion. He wants to build a wall, and he doesn't want Muslim refugees coming over here. So all of a sudden, he's racist. He's not racist. He wants to keep the illegals out of here because, just like if you drive down the road at 100 miles an hour, you get a ticket because you're doing something illegal. Okay? The illegal aliens he wants out of here. It's that simple. I don't understand why people knock him for this. Like, we all have to obey the law. You can't just fly down the road at 100 miles an hour and expect not to get a ticket. But yet we want to sit there and cry of the bleeding hearts of the world because illegal Mexicans are crossing the border every single day and taking jobs away from us, our children, and everything else. And we want to sit there and be like, oh, they have a right. No, they don't have a right. Look, listen. Donald Trump believes exactly what I believe. The American way is not for the world. The American way is for the legal American citizen. His deal is not he doesn't want immigrants coming over here. He himself have said multiple times, if you want to come over here, do it the right way. Do it the way that everyone else has to do. Go through the system. Yeah, it sucks, but do it. Become legal. Don't come over here taking my money or the money my kids could be making on a job, and you're not even paying taxes or anything, and you get handed everything in life while, American law-abiding citizens are busting their hump, and they get screwed over every day. I can see his point on that. I don't know why the liberals can't, but seriously, they're liberals, so whatever. But anyhow, yeah, I'm going to be steering this a little bit more political. Because in order for me to do our shows, to even make it worth my time getting on here, your time worth watching, I have to stick with some type of a, like some type of a topic, because like I said, people aren't calling. I haven't found the co-host yet. Other people that I'm friends with, I was just on the Rob and Slim show, March 30th. I hope you guys caught it. There's about 3 or 4 of them that sit there together and just talk. And, it's easy to do a couple of hours of just, BSing back and forth between each other, talking to each other. When I'm sitting here talking to myself, I need a topic. If you guys aren't calling me, if you guys, if I don't have a co-host, I don't have guests, I don't have an interview, it's just me. And I'm talking, I know there's people watching me. And again, I thank you. But at the same time, when I'm just sitting here talking and you're just sitting there watching, I'm talking to air. So basically what I'm going to do is, especially with my point of view of this being one of the most important and impactful presidential election that's coming up, I'm going to be seriously focusing on the presidential election. Unless, of course, now remember, if you call in and say you want to talk about another subject, say I'm talking about, Hillary or what the Bern is doing or whatever, or Cruz or whatever, and you want to talk about something else, call in and give me direction. I know I'm exhausting that. I sound like a broken record, but call me, and I know it's hard. I know my hours are kind of hard. I know on Tuesday, like today I'm on 12 p.m. Saturdays, I try to get one in the weekend, one in the week. My work schedule doesn't allow me to do evenings. Sorry. And the weekends and the evenings, I have a family and friends to hang with. I try to get on when I can. But that's why I try to get one show on the weekend, one in the, in the middle of the week. Unfortunately, they both have to be around lunchtime. I understand that it can be kind of hard to call in. But if you can, call in. Share my videos. You know what I'm saying? Chances are, if you share a video that I'm doing and somebody wants to start getting active with the show and calling and stuff, you have, maybe at least 50 friends on Facebook at any given time, 50, 100, 200, whatever it is. One of them might be interested. One of them might start to call and start making these shows more interesting, and you can actually sit there going, I know that guy, he's an idiot. So help me out here, guys. Share the videos, like the videos, comment on the videos, give me ideas for shows, give me ideas what you want. Because, like I said, unless I start getting these things that I've been asking for since day one, I'm gonna start getting very political, because that's the topic that's out there these days. We're going into a presidential election. It's never been more controversy. The GOP has one of the strongest forerunners that they've ever had in decades, and they're against him. Simply because he's not a politician. They would rather see Hillary take that seat just so that life for the politician continues to go good. Because they know that when Trump gets in there, that Trump is going to start making it harder for the politician. This is why the GOP is against him. It has nothing to do with them thinking he's racist. It has nothing to do with them, just not liking the guy because he's rough around the edges. It is simply because they are scared out of their boots that he's going to get in there, start taking power away from the politician, and start handing the power back to the people the way that our forefathers, the framers, the Federalists, the Anti-Federalists, the way that all of them planned it to be from the beginning. That's what he means by let's make America great again. He doesn't mean I'm racist and let's just get the immigrants out and let's just build a wall. Yeah, he wants to build a wall for your protection. And I really hate how the word protection has been seriously watered down in this country. I actually hear liberals joking about it. Oh, Trump wants to build a wall for our protection. Protection from what? Protection from what? I don't know. Something like 9/11? Duh. I love how everybody grabs together during these times of crisis. We will not forget. And then a week later, want to go get a burger? We don't need protection. Dude, Mexicans are crossing the border. Some of these guys are criminals. Some of them are drug dealers. I know not all of them are, but the one thing you liberals have to understand is how many of these illegal aliens crossing the border are you going to put up with these refugees coming over from other countries that have a good majority? I mean, yes, it is only a fraction of their actual overall majority, but have a good amount of people that want to blow you up. Look at my face. They want to kill you. This is not the hippie, just think good feeling, good thoughts and have good feelings. And, they're really not that bad of people. Look. Over in their country, the Muslims, whether they're extremists or not, here's a little eye-opener for you. Everyone celebrates the Kill American Day. Even their children. Even the ones that would never come over here, strap a bomb, run into your child's school, and blow them up. Even the ones that would not do that still celebrate this holiday. We are the bad guys in their eyes. According to their religion, whether they are extremists or not, we are the infidel. And you want to sit there like the hippie, make love, not war. Not everyone's a terrorist. I understand that, but they don't like you. Get it through your head. Stop being stupid. Wake up. They don't like you. And all these refugees, I don't care how many years they've been getting screened or whatever, I could sit there and lie my butt off for 10 years, get to where I'm finally trying to get to, grab a gun and shoot someone in the head. We live in America. We see what happens here with crime. We see how people's mental states are here. And you're going to tell me that whether they're classified as a extremist or not, that somebody from a religion, because they're not a race, Muslim's not a race, it's a religion just like Jewish, okay, that particularly hates us, says that we are the infidel, whether they're extremist or not. That is their belief. Even the most friendliest, biggest smile, nice to meet you very much, yes, good. Yeah, even that guy, his belief says you are the infidel. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to have the optimistic, hippie stupidity, it's not like that. Yeah, no, it is. It is. Ask any Muslim, according to your religion, what am I? Whether they're an extremist or not, they're going to tell you, according to our religion, you are the infidel. You're not a Muslim. It's that simple. And every single one of them, from extremist to child that doesn't even know anything yet, celebrates the Kill American Day over in their country. Seriously, wake up. When did we go from a strong, prideful country with men that had backbones, people that had backbones, to this joke that we are today? Because if that's how you think, you are a joke. That's how all the people thought when they went to work in those trade centers that day. Okay? That's how our government thinks when they were in the Pentagon, when the plane crashed into it. Oh, we'll be fine. We're untouchable. It's all good. Not everyone's a terrorist. Blah, blah, blah. And then boom. And then we all sit there scratching our heads going, holy crap, how'd this happen? And then a week later, you're like, yeah, whatever. I mean, you're so apathetic to the reality of life. It's sickening. It really, really is. Am I sitting here trying to make myself sound all good? No. Are there some things that I like to try to blow off just to be able to live my days without living in fear every single day? Absolutely. But there is a difference between living in complete apathy and just ignoring the reality of what life is because you just don't want to believe it, and living cautiously. You know, like the whole presidential election, you know, there's not a single person, I've said this multiple times, not a single person that watches my show that can sit there and tell me, you can trust the government. They have our best interest in mind. They truly, truly, really do. Are you kidding me? Every single politician is a liar, a thief, and a criminal. Every single one. There is not one politician that has not taken bribes, that has not lied, that has not stolen from the taxpayer. Not one. There's not one that is solid in what they say. Take Hillary, for instance. Everything she stands for today, she was completely against when her husband was president. But because people are paying her now her opinions change. Now that they go from having practically nothing to multi-millionaire family because of all the kickbacks and everything that they're getting to you know, do this for this lobbyist and this for this third party, it's ridiculous. And there's people out there that I said this before, that will still back Hillary Clinton. She is under federal investigation. She has one of her main guys at the top that helped her set up the whole deal with the emails and everything, have immunity with the FBI to testify against her. She's guilty, people. I still don't understand how she's running for president. If you are negligent on making your child support, you can't leave the damn state. You can't leave the state without checking in with somebody. Here this person is a traitor by far, giving our information, because what was happening? I'm sorry, my beard, mustache itches. What was actually happening is she had her own personal server. She was getting classified emails on it, and she was giving that information to other countries, to other people. That's what she's under investigation for. She deleted, I forget how many emails, and then took the server and had it completely wiped. So the FBI could not catch her in any of this. Once she did that, she should have been arrested. You know, and then everyone's like, and you know, there's a lot of Hillary supporters that are like, oh, well, that was her personal server. She had all the right in the world to wipe it if she wanted to. Yeah, but why did she? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a few people out there that have their own servers. My one stepbrother has a server. He built one himself. He has his own server. Okay, if he has to have the whole thing wiped, he's hiding something. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get ridiculous here. Let's not get stupid. So we know she's guilty. We have a criminal running for president. We have a president that should have been impeached over and over again, but because of all the political correctness and all the crap, he's still there. You know, running this country like a dictator, using executive order because he can't get the rest of the country to follow him in his stupid plans. We need Donald Trump in the seat. Because even if it was Ted Cruz, see, this is what a lot of people are saying. Like, I was listening to some of the other Republicans. I like some of their, you know, political platforms. I like how some of them want to abolish the IRS and, you know, make it just so that the federal treasury does taxes, shrink government, shrink taxes, help the American people. You know what? Kudos to you, because to be honest with you, the IRS constitutionally is not even supposed to exist. It was voted in by the people around World War II to fund the war, and it was supposed to, you know, be shut down afterwards. Of course, it never happened. Government got greedy. They started taking people's rights away, you know, because, you know, God forbid we actually stayed the way we were as Americans. You know, we fought off the English, the redcoats and all, so that we could have evasion of taxes. And if you live in a state like New Jersey, you actually get taxed more here than you do over in England. So we might as well move there. You'd make more money. But it's absolutely ridiculous. But some of them do want to get rid of the IRS, so on and so forth. But Donald Trump, not only does he come to the table with good ideas, when you actually watch his channels, when you actually subscribe to him on Facebook and you get his video feeds and stuff, he actually goes into great detail, unlike any of the politicians, not only the ideas that he wants, but how he plans on seeing them through. This tells me that not only is Donald Trump a very intelligent man, he's also a very good businessman. He's very good at negotiating. He's very good at planning out and seeing through what he wants done. And anyone who has seen anything of Donald Trump's life, from his own empire, so on and so forth, knows that when that man wants something, he's going to get it. He's Donald Trump. Let's be honest, okay? So why aren't the politicians doing that? Because the politicians are trained to make a political platform, just not to go into great detail with it, because they don't want to promise you something they're not going to be able to hold up to. So they'll say, okay, yeah, we want to abolish this, we want to abolish that, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to give you this, we want to give you that. But they never go into detail how it's going to happen, because they have to hide around their kickbacks and everything. They're so busy with their kickbacks, with their political games. They can't just come out and say, a year down the road, I'm going to do A, B, and C, and this is how I'm going to do it, because, a lot can change in a month of the life of a politician. They don't know who's going to be supporting them. They don't know who's going to be, telling them what to do. And that's why I always say, the president these days, as long as it's a politician, all they are is a poster boy in the hell. Obama's a poster boy. I'm going to say it again. I am not racist. I hold no ill will against any black people, Chinese people, you name it, Muslims, nothing. I am not racist at all. But let's be honest. Why is Obama in that seat? First black president. If Hillary gets in that seat, why will it be? First woman president. I mean, can't you see the games that the politicians are playing with you? That's how stupid they think you are. That's how blind sheep following the shepherd you are to them. Even if you're following that shepherd to the slaughter. All they have to do is come up and go, hey, she's not a dude, she's a girl. This girl, we got a female president. Oh my gosh, it's about time we have a female president. Although she's a criminal under federal investigation. You know what? From now on, when you go to vote for somebody, ask yourself if you want a criminal as commander-in-chief of our military. Because that's their first job. For the liberals that don't know. It's not to sit there and look good and make speeches and do the Miss America wave. Their job as president is to be commander-in-chief of our military. And Hillary Clinton has already proven time and time again, especially with all the stuff that she just went through with the Americans that died overseas, that she has no idea how to run a military. How many times did they request backup and were denied it? From the Obama administration. Because of the Obama administration, they're requesting backup and help, and no one shows. And because of it, American soldiers die. Because we have people in the position of running our military that do not have the backbone to do what needs to be done. What if that was your son? What if that was your son, your daughter over there, fighting, requesting backup, and the government turning their back because of political games? That's what Democrats do. Stop voting for them. Oh, well, they're expendable. Leave them there. We're going through something with them right now. And you know why it happened? Because of the elections and stuff. It's stupid. But our soldiers, your children, your fathers, your mothers are over there serving our country, and they're expendable because of these political games that the Democrats play. And it's not just the Democrats, it's the Republicans too. This is why I'm saying we need to get Donald Trump in that seat. The guy that'll push that button when it needs to be done. The guy that actually cares about Americans. Doesn't just sit up there and promise you the world. Well, I mean, seriously, what are we going to do? We're going to vote Bernie? Bernie? You're going to feel the burn and get him as in president? And then what? Why? Because, let me guess, you go to college and you want free education. Okay, you're an idiot. No such thing as the word free. So if there's no such thing as the word free, who's going to pay for your education? Taxpayers. You think the professors and everything are going to take major pay cuts? They make well into the six figures. Who's going to pay them? Their benefits, everything. You are. And you're not going to be able to afford a house until you're like 40, 50, 60 years old because of the property taxes. Nothing's free. You want free health care? Go to Canada. Try getting in the ER. You know, true story is I knew someone who worked down in the hospital in Florida. This is an absolutely true story. A Canadian resident ended up in the hospital, and they were asking, well, you know, what are you doing down here? And because they have the free health care act up there, she said, I need a heart operation. And they couldn't fit me in for that operation in Canada for up to 3 years. So she literally spent her life savings to come down to the United States, to Florida, to a hospital in Florida, and paid God knows how much money to have this surgery just to try to save her life. If you have a terminally ill child, mother, father, yourself, anybody, are you willing to, you know, children with leukemia, say you have a child with leukemia, that's a nightmare in itself. Just to get a CAT scan, you have to wait a year because healthcare is free. And again, who's going to pay the doctors? You think doctors are going to take cuts in their pay? You think they're going to give up their Mercedes, their boats, their private planes? So how much are taxes going to go up? It's not free, people. Politicians create poverty through taxation so that you become reliant on them, so that they say, we'll offer you this to buy your votes. If you do not realize this by now, I'm sorry, you're stupid. Don't mean to be rude. You could be sitting there going, oh, that's not true. No, it is true. The IRS shouldn't even exist. People should not be getting rich out of our government. In fact, if you ask me, anyone who's running for president that receives a single dollar from anybody should be excluded from running for presidency right now. There should be no one that takes on that seat that is supposed to run this country, our military, and look after the people of this country that owe anybody anything. Politicians need to go. People like Donald Trump, the way that the Constitution and the amendment was written, we the people, for the people, by the people. Politicians are not we the people. They have their own agendas. We need somebody in there that is just a normal Joe Schmo that has a little edge to him that's going to sit there and tell people, look, you screw with us, I'm pointing my guns at you, period. Everyone nowadays, of course, is, you know, spineless guppies instead of American men with backbones, and they go, oh, well, that's what we don't want. No, you're not getting it. Wars today are political. This is what you're not understanding. Wars don't happen because somebody offends somebody today. Wars happen because two politicians from two different countries get together. They don't see eye to eye. They have their little political games, and we end up going back and forth in war. The United States of America has the firepower to walk into any country, blow the crap out of their capital, kill whoever's in charge, take the country over, and say, guess what? It's now ours. Why don't they? Because it's a political game. We are the only country in the entire world that when we go to war with another country, we go over there, we kick their rear ends, and then we hand everything back. What was the point of wasting the lives and the ammunition? We should have the oil that's overseas. We went over there, we smacked them around like rag dolls, and then we go, oh, I'm sorry. Here, please, take it all back. We'll be friends. You couldn't do that over some tea and crumpets? Talking to the leader? You actually had to take men and women's children, children's fathers and mothers, and have them die at war just for us to give everything back? Seriously? That is the political game. You get somebody like Donald Trump in there that, thank God, is a red-blooded American man with a backbone that believes in the amendment rights. If any of you are politically correct, hey, that's cool. Stop watching. I'm not. I'm only going to offend you. So stop watching my show. I really don't care. But these politically correct people, where political correctness really just rips the spine out of men, makes them spineless guppies, we have to be sensitive. God gave you testosterone, bro. Testosterone is not for men to be sensitive. That's what women are for. Let the women be sensitive. We're going to have a man in that seat. And, you know, in today's world where we're afraid of our own shadows, oh, he's a bully. He's not a bully. He's a man. There's a difference. A man that puts his foot down and says, you're not going to cross this line. And if you do, I'm going to smack you. It's that simple. That's a real man. Somebody who realizes that they have testosterone and uses it when they need to use it. Now, do you really believe that one of these third world countries are going to screw with America? When we have a man in that seat that's going to look at them and go, dude, look, you can screw with us all you want, but I will napalm you until there's nothing left. We will eradicate you from the face of the planet. You hurt a single American. Do you really think one of these weak, pathetic other countries are going to turn around and start with us after that? They're going to tuck their tail between their legs and walk away because they know America's got the firepower to back up what he's saying. There is not going to be a war because there's not going to be any political game or gain. There's always political gain. What does war create? Population control and increases economy. It makes jobs in both countries. People need to work to make the ammunition, the weapons, the vehicles, the uniforms, everything. It creates a boost in the economy, and it's population control. It's a political game. When you actually have a president in the seat, just like Abraham Lincoln would have, all of our great presidents of the past that were still men, and they say, look, we fought for our freedom. We have our freedom. You try to take that away, we will destroy you. Period. No games. We will destroy you. Out of all the countries that are out there, the majority of them are our allies. Do you understand that? The majority of the countries that are out there are our allies. Nobody's going to screw with the United States if we have a president with a backbone. So get that stupid idea, oh, we'll end up at war. No. We'll end up at war if Obama gets there because he wants us to go to war. Obama is so hoping right now that something happens within the United States or out of the United States war so that he can use his executive order to overthrow the 22nd Amendment, which is the amendment that states how long somebody can remain the president of the United States. He wants to overthrow that. And all it will take is either a civil war or a foreign war. Either or, doesn't matter. But that's all it's going to take. And he will use that executive order. And at that time, for those of you that are not educated, the president of the United States is no longer the president. He is king. It's not a democracy anymore. I covered a little bit of this when I did the UN Spotted in Texas. You know, why are we starting to see the UN presence in the United States? Simple. To numb you down. To numb you down. Just like scary movies. You know? The original Willy Wonka was too scary for its time, so they made it more childish. But as time goes on, you start seeing certain movies, and you start getting numb to it. Oh, wow, that was really scary. Then the next one, you're like, yeah, okay. And then, you know, you see about 10 movies, you're like, whatever. Freddy Krueger's funny. Well, I think he is, anyhow. But that's my point. That's what I covered in that. Why are non-American UNs coming to the United States now? Simple, to numb you down to it. So that when another president like Hillary Clinton takes that seat and starts enforcing her radical views, that it's a true democracy if the people can vote away their amendments and Constitution. She wants to take away our guns. She wants to take away our First Amendment or Second. She wants to take all the amendments away. Let's be honest, okay? And we talk about Muslims being radicals. She's a radical. Her herself is a domestic terrorist. Hillary Clinton is a domestic terrorist. She wants to take away from us the Constitution, and any amendment right that she wants to take away from us is an act of terrorism on the democracy of this country. She is a terrorist to your freedoms, to your rights. And I was talking to someone, they're like, well, that's what makes it a democracy, that, we can vote the amendments away. And I said, no, the amendments in the Constitution is what makes this country a democracy. They are set in place, and a lot of them even say at the end of the amendment, like the second one, shall not be infringed, which means do not touch, because these are set in place to keep the people in power over the government. That is what makes it a democracy. That's what makes it a democracy. Not the fact that you can vote. The fact that the people have power over the government. And when the people start to rise up again, because they're getting sick of this stuff, that's why they're after the Second Amendment. They see the people wanting to rise up again, and they're scared. They see a civil war coming. That's why the non-American UNs are here. That's why China, that hates us, is telling Obama, we'll give you 8,000 troops. Because when we rise up, our military, our standing military, when the militia rises up, which is you and me, the armed militia from the Second Amendment rises up against our government, our military is not going to shoot their own moms or dads or brothers or sisters. That is why the UN is starting to be here, so that you start to get numb to their presence, so that when the military turns around and starts fighting with us, the federal government will have someone to fight back. Why do you think Obama's over there trying to make buddies over in Cuba, shaking hands with the enemies of our country? Because he knows they'll have no problem killing American people. But, all right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to be hopping off here. I need to start getting ready for work. I am hoping to have a guest co-host this Saturday. I know I said that once before and it fell through. I'm going to see if it actually happens this Saturday. So hopefully I can see you guys there. Hopefully this person will be there. Be great. It'll actually be nice to have someone to talk to. But if you're watching this on Facebook, again, please like, share, comment. I definitely appreciate it. Get these videos out there for me, guys. And feel free to comment either way. You agree with me, agree with me. If you don't agree with me, don't agree with me. But comment. Say you agree. Awesome. Great show. Nailed it. Say you disagree. Say I'm an idiot. You don't like me. I look funny. I don't care. Just comment something. If you want me to cover some type of topic, let me know. If you want me to do a show at a certain time when you can call in, let me know. If I'm home, I'll do it. I want to start getting more calls. But again, like, share, comment, and we'll be seeing you around. I'm going to be on Saturday. I'm going to start getting busy, especially with all the house stuff now. I'm sure you guys understand. The end of May is going to be hectic. I'm probably not going to be on at all at the end of the month of May, because we're going to be going through the closing. We're going to be moving. We're going to my computer won't even be set up, so I won't be able to get to y'all. But I will keep you posted on Facebook step by step on the way through, and I will try to make the the absence as little as possible. But listen, you guys have a great rest of the week. I hope you guys really like the topics that'll be coming up. I'm going to be, probably trashing liberals. And if you're a liberal, sorry. I just don't understand liberals. But don't worry, I'll be trashing conservatives too. I actually pride myself on not necessarily being a Republican. I'm neutral. I think all politicians are idiots. I'm really just going for Trump simply because he's not a politician. So just hit me up any way you can. The phone number again on here is 609-837-7775. You can text me anytime. You can give me a call anytime on that number. If I'm not working or doing something important, I'll try to answer. Let me know what you want for a show. Let me know what you think, where I should steer it, all that fun stuff. But you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I will be talking to you guys on Saturday. Hopefully I'll have a guest, and hope you guys enjoy it. Talk to you later. Stay safe. Bye.